Hi, and welcome to Catching Up with the Coalition. I'm Amber Bisa, Executive Director, with my co-host.
Hi, I'm Carissa, Youth Support Person at the Coalition.
Sweet, welcome. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday morning. What a way to start a morning.
Yep.
Just a huge shout out to our friends here at NBCTC for hosting community coffee this morning on Eagle Street.
It was really fun.
It was great. We had a good turnout for our last one of the season.
Yeah.
Even with a little sprinkles, which is not good for the curly girl hair, but you know, it is what it is.
I don't have curly hair, and yet the volume is expanding here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to hold mine down at this point. It is fall though, and we finally got rain. So we've been waiting for that, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And with fall, in North Berkshire comes so many things to catch up on,
Yeah.
so many things. Where to start? Where do we start? I think, should we start with the children?
We should always start with the children.
We should always start with our youth. You are this close to starting youth programming for the year. Do you want to talk
4.5 weeks.
to the day, you probably know.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about youth programming,
Yeah.
like what we got going on?
Gosh, so many things. Obviously, youth programming is my favorite time of year.
That's pretty great.
So we're starting the second to last week of October. We have programming Monday through Thursday, which is like amazing. Monday, we have our middle school program, which is our youth empowerment program, which will actually be led by our new youth worker who joined our team, Marigina. Super excited to have her taken over. She's already a natural. Tuesday is our youth leadership program. That's high school based. Wednesday's creative writing and art program, teen writing, which you've heard us talk about a ton. And that's for 13 and 19-ish, just because we don't censor our writers, so some content might not be appropriate for some younger kids. And then Thursday is our Youth Health Collaborative, which is run by our youth prevention person, Meredith, and Marigina. And that's a stipend-based opportunity for young people, which is really, really cool. And they're gonna look at data and talk about health and wellness in the community around young people. It's a great opportunity for young people to have a little bit of money, but also all of the programs are fabulous resume builders. We tell young people that all the time, that a lot of colleges and workspaces right now aren't necessarily looking for, specific things. They're really looking for like how you give into the community, how you're active in the community, what does that look like? So we always tell young people, like, it's great on a resume, it's great to get involved in your community and engage, but yeah, soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where the last few years we've really heard you say how important it is for them to have a voice and be able to be heard. And then the adults are like, all right, we're ready to listen. And so now what we need are the youth to step in and use that voice, right? And so it's a great opportunity to step in and be heard in our community.
And in a sense, all of our programs give young people that opportunity, which is super duper cool. The Monday Middle School program is really helping them get ready for that. Like, what does it mean to use my voice? What does it mean to be a leader? What does it mean to be a good friend? What does it mean to be a member of my family?
Especially in a world right now where we'll just acknowledge adults are not demonstrating appropriate use of voice. Just because you have one doesn't mean you get to just say whatever you think, regardless of the impact on others, right? And so we are trying to support, encourage, and sort of raise up a generation that is intelligently thoughtful and respectful while sharing their thoughts and ideas, which, hey, we need more. We need more of that, right?
Critical thinking is going to be a huge aspect of all of our programs across the board. Because Marigina and I were talking about it, and we would really be remiss to raise young leaders that weren't thinking critically and weren't thinking of all options and all sides, right? As an adult that mentors young people, like, I want to set a good example, so.
Right. It's such a unique process watching the youth walk through it. And to be fair, there's so much adults can learn watching that process. Thinking about how, at my age, barely 35, we'll go with that, right? Like, I'm pretty set. I have my opinions, I have life, not that you can't grow and change, but for most of us, we're pretty set in what we think. And so to be able to listen, and we teach our COV, which we'll talk about, our community outreach volunteers, right? To listen to understand, not just listen to respond. And to watch the youth grow in that and become people who are really good at that, it's pretty wild. And we would love to see the community do more of that, which we will talk about all the opportunities we will give folks to listen to understand, not just respond.
Yeah. I think there's a huge misconception around young people that they don't want to listen and that they don't care about listening, but like,
well, they listen to every word you say.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Young people are very, very aware.
We know, they tell us what you say.
Yeah, they can verbatim repeat. But also, as adults, what example are we setting by not listening to actually listen to people? And what are we doing about not listening to young people, right? Like, we ask young people how their day was, but do we listen to how their day was? Or are we just asking the question to ask the question, right? I'm a big believer in, like, anybody asking that question and then hearing what they actually say about how their day was.
It is a true joy in our office when our youth are there because it is chaos. But it's vibrant chaos, right? Like, it's not really chaotic. No. It's just because we're adults and it feels chaotic in our life. But it's really vibrant, right? And there's noise and there's sounds and there's kids laughing and having a good time.
Snacks everywhere.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Like, I think we love when October comes around because the rest of us are like, woo, some life in the office in the afternoon, and we're not dragging quite as much because they just breathe life into that space.
They're genuinely, obviously, I've been doing this work for a while now, and they are genuinely my favorite part.
Yeah.
Is just getting to share space with them and see chips all over the floor and hear them run around. And
not my favorite part.
Not every favorite part, but we do clean up the chips. They also clean up the chips.
Yeah.
That like their energy around the room, it just really reminds us that like part of MBCC's heart and core are the young people.
Yeah. Well, because they're part of the community.
They are. If you guys didn't know that young people are part of your community, so maybe we should listen to them.
But I think going along with that theme, right? So we have our youth programming and that's starting. And while youth are certainly an amazing part of our community, the community has lots of other people too. And we have youth that have gone through our programming. And so we're always looking for that next opportunity of growth and that next opportunity of involvement. And so we do community outreach volunteer training. We call it COV for short. If you've been around for a while, you might have remembered it as the COW. It's terrible, community outreach worker. That was a bad idea. So we changed it to volunteers. But this is a Gabby program, Gabby and Annie. We do love our Annie Rogers, so shout out. They facilitate this training. In the past, it was a 6-month training.
Yes.
And so it was a serious commitment of time and energy. And we knew from folks that just, it wasn't doable, right? Like 6 months. And so we've been trying to figure that out and we think we got there. So now we have changed it from spring to fall. It's a 10-week training along with attendance at once a month panel discussions, which the community is also welcome to attend.
Yes.
And so we're really trying to find this model that gets people, it's more accessible to people who want to take it. But the core is really skill building, learning how to listen, learning how to be a leader, how to run a meeting. Like, who learns that, right? I mean, unless you get into the space where someone's like, here's how you do it.
And that line of work.
Yeah, for a lot of folks in our community, they're like, I want to be involved, but it's intimidating.
Yes.
It's intimidating to join a board of directors. So we want to make it less intimidating by giving you all the tools you need to go in and be a part of that. So that's COV. We're still in the recruitment phase, a couple more weeks before that program starts. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I would say if you feel a little unsure, you're like, is that for me? Is it not for me? I recommend calling or stopping by the coalition and just talking to Gabby. Gabby is super approachable. She's super funny. She'll be very genuine with you about the experience. I feel like if you're a little nervous getting to meet her and then getting to meet Annie, you'll realize it's not so scary at all. No, very approachable. I did COV. I did the 6-month COV when I first started working for the coalition. And I still accredit it to how I know a lot of the things I do about my work.
Yeah. It's quite amazing, and we also don't pull it off without a lot of help from community partners who spend their time to come in and say, yeah, we're happy to share with people the information that they want to know. It was funny, last night we were at a dinner and I was having a conversation with someone and I gave them our stats from last year about we had served, I think it was around 8,000 people, give or take, last year. And they were like, oh, you must have like so many staff. And I said, no, 15. There's 13 right now, but right, like there's,
Yeah.
if we're fully staffed, it's a team of 15, and they were just like, how is that possible? And I said, well, because we don't do it by ourselves, right? And so by using community partners and by bringing in community members, the team of the coalition is as many people as want to be a part of the work that we do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there could be hundreds of staff, of people, that are doing the coalition's work and helping us accomplish all of the things. So COV is a way to join that, becoming a part of who we are and the work that we do in the community.
We
in
can
your
only
own
speak
space.
to it so much about how the work is impactful, how we feel about it, right? You could hear us talk about it for hours, but it's really the community that engages with
Sadly,
us.
we could talk about it for hours.
No, that was not an exaggeration. But it's community members who do our craft kits, that see us at school events, that see us in the community, that are the ones talking about our work. It's because of them that we get to do this work.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a community, we'd just be two people sitting here.
It'd still be fun. But I think, I keep coming back to this recently, and you and I often talk about final thoughts, and I'm sure we'll have lots of them. But, just a lot of conversations, I don't know about other folks, but in the spaces that we're in, it's almost like conversations start with, what a time this is. What a time to be alive. And yeah, there's a lot of weight happening around us culturally and socially. And yet we still know how important social connectivity is to combat that feeling of weightiness. I actually heard someone the other day say, we just need safe spaces for people who are like thinkers. And I said, do we? Do we? Because I would challenge that, we love a good challenge.
We do love a good challenge.
That what we need are brave spaces to be in community with people who are like us and not like us, where we can share space, commune, for lack of a better word, whether it's coffee on Eagle Street with pastries or, I'm not really sure what was served at dinner last night, salmon and some other really amazing food. But over dinners, it doesn't, whatever it is, but to just sit and be and not have to, feel like everybody needs to be like me.
It's one of the things in which I think we forget that community really is different people brought together. And I think nothing makes our community as strong than people who are, have different stories, different backgrounds, different explanations for why they're here, how they're here, right? That's what makes the community so beautiful is I just at coffee this morning, I met 3 people I didn't know, right?
Oh, sweet.
Right, and I've been here for a little while and learned their stories, heard their backgrounds. I was like, I did not know that about you, right? Someone gave me a unicycle today, right? Very strange things that I meet in our community, that I get in our community because I'm learning and meeting new people all the time because everybody is so different.
Right. And there's a time and a place to build small communities where people share beliefs or share cultural similarities, language. Those are important too. It's just the idea that that's the only place we can exist in. And it's no, that's a piece, right? So I have my smaller community, my little social network, my little bubble, and then I get to be a part of this much bigger thing where I get to be with people who I do get to learn and get a unicycle. I think that's a conversation for later. I know why now. Never mind. I got it. It's fine. But yeah, I think it's so important. And it's a little preachy this morning. I get that. But I really am going to just take that opportunity from our side, from the coalition to say, we give opportunities. We love for you to join us in those opportunities. And even if you don't, be a part of the community that you live in some way. And, you can listen to someone who you don't agree with, and you don't have to hate them for it. And you don't have to want to degrade them for it. You also don't need to change who you are. You can just listen. Those are real things. And I think if we could practice that a little bit more, it would be a little bit of a happier place and we wouldn't feel so weighty.
And it's also a reminder that whatever powers that be that exist, it's easier to take out the hope in people if they're divided, right? It's the division of people. Like, we were not meant to be alone. Like, communities have been around forever and ever, right? If we're divided, it's easier to let influence come in.
Yeah.
But the stronger you band together, despite everything else, right? That's an impenetrable force, right? You're building that space together.
And
harder to take down.
building each other, which leads me to one of the things that's going to be happening in the next couple of months, and one of the things that I think, I just put up a Facebook post because we shared the event. It's the neighborlies,
Yes.
right? And so
Please.
in this time when we feel that weight of like, oh, does anything good happen? I actually heard someone say that the other day, like, does anything good happen here? And I was like, oh man, here. Because it does, right? Like, it does every day. And I know that's hard, right? Like, I have hard days. I get that.
Yeah.
But that's where community helps, because then someone will come along and remind you that there's good. But we do an event every year. It's since before, if you watch the live show, we learned it was since before the coalition began. And that's celebrating neighborliness and kindness. And so in November, I think it's the 19th, don't quote me on that. It's on our website. You can totally check it out. We have this huge event over at the MCLA's Church Street Center, and it's just literally 2 hours of talking about good and celebrating good and all the things that are good. 2 hours, which is not a lot of time when you think about the scope of our lives and the day-to-day stuff, but it's just 2 hours to get filled up. If you're like, nothing good happens here, I challenge you, show up. Show up, because we'll tell you all the good things that happen here. And it's not even going to touch the iceberg of all of the good things. It's just a microcosm of celebrating people. But in order to do that, we need people to recognize the good. And so you can find on our website, there's a form you can fill out. You can come to our office. We have paper ones. You can call our office and be like, I don't fill out forms, but I would love to nominate or I would love to recognize someone, or I would love to just recognize this thing. And we'll take the information from you. We'll take it. But the more that we get, the more there is to celebrate. And then we can support each other in seeing that it's just not all bad. Not that there isn't hard, but it's not all bad. So,
and that the littlest things can mean the biggest things, right? Like, again, I joked about a unicycle, but it was a fact that someone in the community was willing to donate something that's going to bring a bit of joy, a little bit of silliness into the world, right? Like, I could not be more grateful for things like that, because it's the small things that happen that I'm just like, man, I love that.
Yeah, and it's great to hear the stories of, like, not necessarily the people who get recognized, because most of the time those folks are like, I didn't deserve this, so-and-so, and that's great. It's the people who watched someone get recognized, heard what they did, and thought, well, I could do that too.
Yeah.
I could do that. And then they go and do it. We probably never know, right? But they go and do it, and it just replicates and extends the goodness, and it's great. So November 19th, definitely join us.
Please.
5? I think it's 5 to 7.
5 to 7, yeah.
Oof, you'd think I would know this after this many years. Gabby's going to be laughing all the way.
She's like, come on, guys.
But yeah, so the Neighborlies definitely, this is a special year for the coalition. It is our birthday year, as we have one every year, right? But this is a special birthday year because we turned 40 this year. And so, I've actually, side note to some of our community partners, United Way, I believe, are they 92?
Yeah.
It's 92 for the United Way. Who else was I just talking to? Someone else that's like over Child Care of the Berkshires.
Yes, CCB.
Child Care of the Berkshires, they've been around since, what did Bethany say? I feel like it was I think my math might have been wrong, but it might have been like 60 something years.
Like
I think
a really long time.
my math might be bad. Sorry, Child Care of the Berkshires, but for a long time. And so kudos to our community partners who are also celebrating really milestone years in our community, which again, look at what our community has. These are not organizations that came and left. These are consistent, positive entities in our community. But it's our 40th birthday, so we're excited about that. It's coming with all of the things. You'll see lots of stuff over the year that we're celebrating. I don't know. Like, I feel like we should have like 40 things in our 40th year or something. I don't know.
Wait, annual meeting.
Well, the annual meeting.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that could be a great theme.
Oh.
I'm already planning for June. Okay, this is what happens. Unscripted. I'm just like, what if we have this? What if we do this? 40
Gonna
balloons.
turn the show into a planning meeting for our annual meeting.
You can send us birthday cards.
Oh, that would be fun.
I
Imagine
love
if we got birthday cards. I love birthday cards.
I do too. We could hang them up.
Who's the most, like when you get birthday cards, like who's the most surprising one you get or that you've gotten?
I got a birthday card from the organization that does my grandmother's like 401k.
Oh, that's
Like
nice.
a financial institution, like Ameriprise.
Nice.
They sent me a birthday card that everybody in their office signed.
Interesting.
I was like, I was not expecting this.
No. I think every year I get like one random birthday card from somebody, and I think the most interesting one is for a long time, they used to when I was a kid and then didn't, and now my aunt, who is my favorite aunt growing up,
Yeah.
she sends me a birthday card every year, which is great, but I was like, wow, I haven't gotten one of these since, and it's like my favorite thing to like open it up and see I mean, you do get the random ones from like, you know, Petco and like any place you've ever given your birthday and they send you the card, but I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, I was very surprised. But you can send us birthday cards, right?
Yeah.
We would love that.
I mean, if you send us a birthday card, one of the things we would love to hear is your story with us.
Yes.
How do you know us?
Please.
What year did you know us in? How many years have you known us? Has anything we've done impacted your life? We're really collecting those stories this year and trying to hear more. Last night, again, at dinner, I was having a conversation, and people were shocked to learn that we have 3 people that went through our programming as youth that are now working for us in some capacity.
Shout out to Gabby.
Well, or did work with us, because one of them no longer works with us. But yeah, so it's like we've had people come full circle. MCLA students who come and then they stay, and we like grab them up.
North Adams State College, not just MCLA, like
yes,
some of OG alum.
Liz is OG North Adams State College.
Yeah.
But we're collecting those stories and trying to hear from folks how we've impacted your life, if we've impacted your life. It's a very unique thing.
I think impact sounds like such a really big thing, but it can also be something small. Like maybe our newsletter had something and told you how to get in contact with a thing. You know, our resource guide told you how to get involved with a childcare agency, and now that's what you do, right? Like, even if it's those smaller things, like those little things make such an impact too. Maybe you got a Neighborly and you were like, this was the coolest thing ever. Maybe you've come to our downtown trick or treat and you were like, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like the little things. If you had a craft kit and you're like, I love this, right?
Oh, I heard they're a hit this
Yeah,
year.
the craft kits are flying off the shelves.
Craft kits. I think you can find them libraries. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I don't know. Our team has done such a great job in the community, but there are floating around every month craft kits at different
They're fun.
locations where the kids will find them with different themes every month. I think this month might be Halloween theme, or the one that's going out for October is
Yes.
Halloween themed. But yeah, so like fun stuff that so often we don't know. We don't, you know, we're doing this thing and we have no idea who's like, this is the best thing ever. So we'd love for people to tell us.
Yeah.
And again, you could just call. You could just be like, hey, you can send us a birthday card with your story. I would love to get birthday cards.
Yeah, no. That'd be joyful.
Yeah, it would be so much fun. I didn't even know that was a thing. I feel like we should make that a thing.
I didn't even think about it until I was like, oh, birthday cards, right?
Yeah.
We can get a
I'm going to have to really think about this.
Yeah.
So 40th birthday, COV, Neighborly's, youth programming, had our social commentary for the day about being together. And so all of that also leads us to forums, right? And the idea of gathering together. We've done community forums for 40 years. bringing people together. We just did last month the community assessment forum for our area. I'm gonna see if I can pull up. We published a survey.
Yes.
Folks can go to and vote on the topics that were, I am impressed. Kudos to this community. So we sort of combine all of the things, and we had 3 categories. So we have successes, assets, things you want to learn more about that you think are amazing but you're not really sure, challenges or needs in our community, and then this year we had a new one. I heard that, ...
Love it.
Really trying to address so much of misinformation.
Yes.
And the idea that people are hearing things. And so we put it out. There's a Google form survey. There were 14 different categories. We currently have 83 people who have voted.
Oh my gosh.
And we have until next Friday, October 3rd, to vote. We'll keep collecting them. You can find it on our website.
And on our Facebook.
And on our Facebook page. Once we get all of the votes in, we will look at that, tally them up, and then whatever the top 5 concerns are, we will also look at our community outreach volunteer panel discussions.
Yes.
If they're being addressed in panel discussions, we're gonna let that be the place for it, and we're gonna go to the next topic. But that's how we'll figure out what the community wants to talk about this year. And if you join us on October 10th at 10 a.m. at Hotel Downstreet in North Adams for our forum, we will have a schedule of forums with all the topics laid out. All of our forums will be at Downstreet this year. It's pretty exciting. And so you'll know, and you'll be able to join us. The fall is our 10 to 12 in the morning, fall to winter to December. Once we kick back off in February with our forums, we'll move them to Thursday evenings from 4 to 6. And so we're really trying to capture folks after their work time if we can. We realize 4 does not necessarily mean that's the end of your work day, but we're kind of hoping you can figure that out and join us.
Drop in when you can.
It's a place for dialogue. It's a place where people can come in and share thoughts and ideas and help be a part of what we're trying to do. And by we, I don't mean the coalition per se, but I mean the community as a whole. What we're trying to do as a community here. So
The royal we.
the royal we for sure. I'm curious. I'm gonna take a peek to see.
We've doubled our birthday age in responses.
We have.
It's very exciting. We got about a minute left.
Oh,
I know.
it's not surprising.
Oh, I'm excited to see.
Housing is really taking off.
Yeah.
It's, a lot of things we got a lot of ties.
Yeah.
We need more votes. We got a lot of ties.
Please vote. So we're not sitting here picking through.
Yeah, there's a lot of ties, but I'm impressed. 83, that's amazing. That's good participation from our community.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, half a minute, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. My final thought will be quick, and this is my reminder to all of you that it's okay to focus on the whimsy of the world. Do something silly, make yourself laugh.
Wow, whimsy, laughter, love it. My final thought is just gratitude. Thank you for being here.
Thanks so much, guys.
See you later.